BBC Hooniverse.
You're watching the TGM production.
Hello, my name's Rodger. Rodger. I'm an ex-military, ex-police, ex-fire, and I was an ex-ambulance driver. I never did any of the ambulance stuff. I was just hired in to do the brum driving. My passion in life is Doctor Who and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Yep. I love the colour purple, I love the colour yellow, and I love the colour orangey pink. Yep. Well, when I was, a few years ago now, like 10 years ago, I was helping out at this event. It was like, it's like a summer camp, but not really a summer camp because we're British. I don't really, they're never really a thing. And someone made a loom in the not traditional sense, but in the modern elasticy sense, a loom band bracelet with those colours on. I thought it was quite nice, but yeah, I don't know what happened. I found it like 3 days ago. Yeah. Anyway, I've been asked because I said to someone the other day, I said, look, I want to get more into the public eye. I want to do more online. And they went, oh yeah, you should join social media. I went, whoa. No, I'm not joining social media. Right? YouTube doesn't count. It's not really that social. I'll do that. And so I approached TGM and said, now, do you have any free space for me, Rodger, to do some talking about Doctor Who? And they went, yeah. What do you want to talk about? I went, DVD extras. And they went, don't talk about the collection box sets. I went, oh. I said, I don't know anything about them. I said, I don't own them. I said, I've never watched them. They went, what? You haven't watched a single you haven't seen Terence and Me? What's that? I said, and they said, well, it's a documentary. It's cracking. Frank Skinner hosted it. Who's Frank Skinner? I said. You don't know who Frank Skinner is? That's what they said. But it went back and forth for a good while, and I said, I want to talk about the fact that New Who DVDs are so annoying. I just want to smack them around the head. And they went, what do you mean by that? Well, here's what I meant by this, and this is why I wanted to talk about this. So, and this one sentence. So the New Who ones aren't in a similar format to the old ones. So, and they went, well, you're going to go get a prop to demonstrate. And I went, no. But since talking, I thought I will do. So I'm going to go grab this prop. And when I'm getting this prop, you got to think what I mean. I'm not getting a New Who prop. I'm getting a classic Who prop because that's the sort of thing we need. So, this, which I didn't realise was still in its cellophane, or whatever you call it, right? Now, when we're looking at this DVD here, this is the format we need to notice. So it says, Doctor Who and the Mind Rubbers, yep, at the top here, in the classic Who sort of design, which New Who wouldn't have, right? But, sort of, it's sort of the layout is what I mean. So you have DVD, BBC DVD, right there. Yeah, at the top. Then, you have Doctor Who, the Mind Rubber there, in this sort of box area. Let me just see if the disc is falling out, because I can hear it rattling for ages. Then, you get the picture of the Doctor, there. Patrick Troughton years, 1966 to 1969. Then, at the back, right, at the back you get, where is it? This story was originally broadcast on BBC One between the 14th of September and the 12th of October 1968. Right. So, what that demonstrates is the format. Now, if you look at a new Who DVD, right, you don't get that. Why? I have no idea. I know there's a bloke online who sort of sells patterns where he's created this sort of design so that you can print it off and stick it into your DVD case so you've got it all the same. But it's like the steelbooks are a different problem. They're not sort of linked to this issue really per se, but what it all of the classic Who takes, and I think New Who should take. And personally, I think that's a problem that someone said, "Hang on a minute, we're not going to do that." And I thought that's really unfortunate, really rude, right? Because I personally think you have to do that. It's great, good formatted DVD for the fans, like myself. You've got to design them the same for New Who. And so I said that to TGM, and they were like, "Oh, that makes sense. You could talk about that." And obviously, I've been doing that, but if you really think about it, that's the problem I've got with with it all. But at the end of the day, right? It is the end of the day. But at the end of the day, it's not really something you can sort of discuss, if you will. I do think there's areas to go with when having those type of discussions. You've got to say, right, so this is the discussion I want to have, and if you want to join me in that discussion, then you can do. And I think that that's what works incredibly well. So I didn't really want to talk for long, but I love Doctor Who, and I've seen a lot, and I think it's just cheap. The other people, like Disco Dave and Bingo Bob and Mr. Who, and Dr. Digby Space, Jet Cruz, can't think of any others now. But Ian W. Smith. They all talk about, oh, who's my favourite Doctor? Who's my favourite Doctor? But and they never really have one. So I always, well, they do, but it's like, well, do you really need to do that? Is that really what you want to do? And so I discovered that if I just say Peter Davidson, no more question need asking, because obviously we all know Peter Davidson's incredible. But I think Adric is my favourite companion of all time. You've got Adric, Ace, Joe, Grant. Yeah, I think they're my three favourites. I do really like Tegan, but I do the Adric's a cracking name, Adric. But yeah. What else? What else was I thinking? Well, I had a couple of ideas. There's an idea I was floating around called Stupid History, where me, Jet Cruz, Dr. Digby Space, Mr. Who, Ian W. Smith, Albert Philpott, Bingo Bob, and all them other characters. Yeah, I'm calling them characters because they've all got the personalities. Create a YouTube channel called Silly History, where each week one of us, it's like a 5 Who fan situation where it's like a different person each week. They talk about their favourite history fact, right? And I think that would be a really good idea. So if you want to see Silly History or Stupid History, I can't remember what I wrote down, as his own YouTube channel with me, Rodger, Bingo Bob, Albert Philpott, Disco Dave, Jet Cruz, Ian W. Smith, Mr. Who, Dr. Digby Space, and all of them, DTI Gone Mad and all of them. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments down below, because then we can create it. But I'll create it, because obviously TGM has said we're not making any more YouTube channels, so don't mention it on the thing. It's a bad idea. I went, hands up, not a bad idea to me. I like it. If you don't like it, well, tough luck. But you know what? You have to give them the benefit of the doubt. You have to give them the benefit of the doubt. Yay! Anyway, so Peter Davis is my favourite Doctor, and I do think New Who should adopt the classic Who DVD format, but I don't know how long DVDs will last. I love them. I buy them all the time, so I think they'll last a while. But again, it's not up to me. It's definitely not up to me. So, I've been Rodger. Bye. Oh, I don't want to hurt my heart. No. How was that then? What? Huh? You're not saying anything. You're mouthing the words. You want me to stop it now? You could have just said, right. You got this. La la da dee, la da da. Strike a pose. Strike a pose. Strike a pose. Right. So, I've got all the stop buttons. Right, you're gonna tell me when? Yep. What? No, don't mouth it. Say it. Do we say it loud? Yeah. 3, 2, 1, and stop.
Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel.